high MotoGP speed. Doing a wheelie at 140 mile an hour. That is so fast, isn't it?
This is the second version of the counterclockwise supercharger kit that we were developing. We've run the C30 94P supercharger, which is making about 16 pound a boost at maximum revs. Rotex have now come out with the C38 81, and now they've come out with a 91. We didn't have the 91, so the C38 81 counterclockwise is bigger physically than the C30 94P, but we're getting another £3 a boost out of it. So we're seeing 19 pound a boost versus 16 pound a boost, and of course it's making a little bit more everywhere. It's not making a colossal amount of bottom end difference, but the top end charge is really good. But what we have got is a lot of detonation. So in my mind, the only way to run this is to run it with a good octane booster and or race fuel or E85. But I think this kit is too much, making too much power for running stock fuel. So I've been running this with octane booster, and we've got rid of the det. We had a lot of spark plug blowout, and we're down to 16 thou of spark plug gap. That's 0.4 of a mil spark plug gap, so it runs clean at the top end without blowing the spark out. I've got some other spark plugs coming because I hate these iridiums. They're so fragile. I wouldn't recommend running iridium plugs on anything supercharged, because if you get the slightest bit of det, then the porcelain breaks, it gets into the engine, it starts destroying things. I would always recommend traditional type, like we were going with this one, we're going to a BPR ATS, which is non-iridium, and I think that will survive a lot better than the iridium plugs. Even so, we've just got to a point now where we've got a good clean run all the way to the red line, and we're making some terrific power. So let's go and have a look. Right, so as you can see on the graph here, we've got two graphs. You can see at the top, we had a misfire at the top end and it was killing the top end performance. We closed the spark plug gap from 20 thou down to 16, and now she pulls clean right to the red line. We're making 528 horsepower and 328 foot-pound of torque, which is pretty stout. Should go like stink. So we're going to get out on the road with this and we'll do some racing with it, see how things go. It's still a stock engine, stock gearbox, stock diff, but we've got a stage 3 competition clutch in there, which is very nice to use actually. So yeah, we're quite happy to get out on the road and see how much this performance makes to how the baby feels. So there's a data log of the power, a data log of a couple of things here relative to that last run. So you can see right down at 1,000 RPM. At 1,000 RPM, we're still making positive pressure, 0.1 of a PSI. So 2,000 RPM, 0.3, 2.5, 1 PSI at 2.3. VTEC is set at 2.8, and you'll see the ignition jump up when I've gone from the low cam to the high cam, and then ignore that. That's nothing, we're not connected on here for the corrected air fuel ratio. Ignition advance all the way along here, we're about 26, 27 degrees, and then as we come back down to the red line, we're down at 17 degrees, keep detonation away, and that's running pretty safe. So as you see, it just slowly climbs up as the revs drop. As we're going up that way, we pull the ignition back. We're testing 5th gear, so we're up at 141 miles an hour, RPM shut off throttle at 9.1, So that's where we're on that. And we're making, like I say, £19 a boost, 18.9 at 88750. And because it's tooth belt, there's no belt slip, it's consistent boost every time. And it should be a really good kit. So we'll get out on the road. So are we going to go out hood down?
It's a bit cold for that.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, mate. Well, we've got the laptop, so we can see what she does on the road. We'll see if there's any detonation, and just get it. Still got some clunks from the back.
Yeah.
We need to check the prop shafts and drive shafts, get all the bolts checked out, see what's going on. New drive shafts, but something's clunking.
Oh, things always start clunking when you get older.
Need more lubrication.
That's it. Shame we can't nip onto the circuit, eh?
Yeah, it'd be great, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Definitely a bit more to be had low down. I think I need to put some more timing in. She feels a little bit flat compared to how she was with the other Supercharger. So we've got a little bit more to do. But it's first time out, that's what it's about.
Yeah. What is it, about 4 degrees?
Clunk. Find the dip lying on the road when we come back. Got a vibe.
Yeah.
I have to give it some more TLC, I think.
Close corner.
Yeah.
You can take this roundabout sideways.
In an S2000, too easy. Yeah, we've got a little bit of knock.
On 6.
Centre 2 cylinders are knocking a little bit. Nothing major, but that was only 4th gear, so definitely had to pull a little bit of timing out at the top end.
Yeah.
Really comes on strong at the top end.
Yeah.
Something that's not quite tight enough in the back end. Smirk's giving it some beans.
There's the big bump. There's the right.
Yeah.
Just on cue. 9 now, knock.
Sorry?
9.
9? Oh, that's nothing. That's all right.
Let me know if you're going to give it some and I'll make sure this one's on.
Yeah. She tromps along a little bit. Yeah. It's amazing. It seems like it's screaming and it's only doing 5,500.
You've got loads left.
Yeah. Have a lot of fun with this.
You're up to 13 now.
Hangs on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
How many gears have we got?
We've got 3 left.
No more hooliganism now. No more hooliganism.
You were doing a steady...
Steady 68 miles an hour there. You've got to be very careful.
Sounds good though, doesn't it?
Yeah, it screams, doesn't it?
Honestly.
So we've got 23 counts of debt. We'll have a look, and most of those are the middle 2 cylinders.
Yeah.
All of it is the middle 2. So we'll put a little bit of retard out in the higher gears on 2 and 3 cylinders.
Yeah.
Then we'll get her on the ramp and find out what's clunking and creaking on the back end.
But for a first shakedown, since the most recent work,
Yeah, it's all good, isn't it?
Feels good.
Nothing's breaking.
yeah,
The map's not far away. I think there's a bit more mid-range to be had, put a
Yeah.
bit more timing in. And yeah, happy days, happy days. So we're desperately trying to get to quarter-mile times, find some dry track. The sun's out, but it's been very damp, so I'm just looking on the runway for somewhere dry to run from. Traction, not a lot of traction. So this is all about proving the durability of the drivetrain on the Supercharger. If we're not breaking belts, doing this sort of stuff, then we're not likely to break belts. Yeah. I suppose it's what we expected, really. It's a bit of fun. We know that it's giving the drivetrain for the Supercharger a hard time. We're hitting rev limiters, bouncing things around, and it's not breaking the tooth belt. So that is a plus, and it's something that I wanted to lean on a bit to make sure that when we do sell the kit, we're going to sell it without problems. If we're going to do some proper quarter miling, then we've got to wait till March when the drag strips are open. That'll do it. That'll do it. We're not going to achieve anything more. 13 seconds dead, 106 miles an hour, but I shut off before the quarter mile. I should have. If you look at this, I shut off before the quarter mile. I thought I'd gone further than I had.
Yep.
But yeah, it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, pulling 3/4 of a G to half a G on the whole quarter mile. That's it. That'll do for today. We've still got a car to go home in. There's this video, and there's another video coming up on another channel pretty soon, so look out for that. We'll try and give you a link. But that's it for today, folks. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We never do that, do we? Like and subscribe. Why the hell not?